These are the 5 ways that you can increase concealment carrying in the appendix position. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Quentin's in the Gun Guide. Today we are talking appendix inside waistband carry position. As you can see, this is a really good position for concealment. Why so good? Because it's basically a flat surface. The most difficult part of concealing your firearm is usually the handle part of your firearm. So that's the part that's sticking out usually. So what's happening here is this is a flat part. So that means that the handle can sit flush against your body and not in the, let's say, 4 o'clock position where it can't sit flush against your body. It's always going to have a bit sticking out away from your body and the curvature of your body. So as you can see, this concealment is really good with this shirt, which gets me to my first point, wardrobe. You need to choose your shirt according to what's going to be better concealment and what's going to be not so good concealment, and then you have to weigh up the options of comfortability and then your style as well. Now this is going to be a complete different video all on its own, where I'm going to show you a couple of different things that I carry, something to aid concealment and others that don't. This, as you can see, is best case scenario for concealment. It's a fairly dark color, not too dark, not black. It's a fairly dark color, and it's buttons. So this basically just breaks down any bulging that you might have in the frontal area. So yeah, that's one of the focal points that you want to take away any focus from your firearm. Okay, so that's number 1, which is wardrobe. You need to choose your shirts carefully. Number 2 is don't have a beer belly. So don't be like most South Africans, don't have a little boopensie. Yeah, you need to be leaner. If you are leaner, you're going to have a flat stomach, which means that the firearm is going to sit flush against your stomach. Now, if you don't have a flat stomach, what's going to happen is your stomach is going to push out your firearm like this, and then it's going to print more, which you don't want to see. So, leaner is better for concealment. And then it's just better health-wise as well, and movement. Next up is have a proper belt. Now this I need to show you guys on the firearm. Now this is the setup that I'm running, the Southwest Holsters Rattler. One of my favorite holsters. I think I've got 4 of these now, thereabouts. This is my firearm. Light bearing, as you can see, firearm is clear and safe. Let's pop it back. So you need a proper belt. A stronger belt is going to be better. Your old leather belt isn't going to do the job anymore. The problem with that is arguably the heaviest part of your firearm is the mag. Most of the firearms, especially the polymers, aren't balanced as well as the older full metal firearms used to be. But regardless, it's still going to be the heaviest part is your magazine side of your firearm. What's going to happen is, especially if you're carrying a +1 or a sidecar type of holster like the Rattler is, a lot of the weight is going to be on top of the holster, which means that it's going to sag forward. Once it sags forward, that's going to be more printing involved. So have a proper belt. The belt needs to keep it flush against your body and keep everything up and not sagging down or sagging forward. Next up, as I just stated, this is a plus mag kind of holster or sidecar type of holster. Nice thing about this is this works better for my body. Now all these things are something that I've done and seen and noticed what happens to concealment if I change up these 5 things. I like to carry in this position because it's one solid piece in front of your body, which means that you might look like you have a bit of a beer belly, but you don't. You're just carrying a firearm. More difficult for me to conceal is something like this. Now this is the Edge Custom Carry light bearing holster as well. Great holster, works really nice also for the weapon mounted light that I've got. Problem with this is that it doesn't work for my body as much because I'm fairly lean. You'll always see bulging on the one side more than the other side. So I just prefer having a full rig in front of me. This works very nice in the 4 o'clock position. Concealment is great. I've carried this in the 4 o'clock position and also in the appendix waistband position before I got the holster from Southwest holsters. So yeah, that's a bigger area, which is actually a bit easier, especially for me to conceal. Okay, now a lot of questions that I've gotten posting pictures of not this holster but my previous holsters as well, of the Rattlers, I still have them, is what is this? Now this is called a claw. So having a closer look, this is what it looks like. This is basically a device which puts on resistance onto your belt. So how it works is your belt runs through these loops, and what happens is your belt presses up against this claw. If it presses up against the claw, it means that it's pushing towards your belly. Great thing about that is as it pushes against your stomach or your belly, that's going to push the handle part of your firearm against your body as well, because as we stated, this is the most difficult part to conceal with a firearm. So if this is sticking out like this, then it's going to basically print a lot more. Tucking it in against your body is going to increase concealment and increase your ability to surprise your attacker. Counter ambush and ambush, I did a video on this a while ago as well. So this basically is a staple for a lot of your concealment holsters. So, but there's still quite a lot of guys that aren't doing the claw. Not entirely sure why, because especially for the Appendix Inside Waistband position, this is a must-have. Really makes a massive difference, and there's still guys not doing it. Anyway guys, so these are the 5 things that you can apply to your appendix carrying position. As I said, these are things that works for me, for my body type, and for my everyday life and my active lifestyle. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Send this to your mates that carry Appendix Inside Waistband as well, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.